Stage hypnosis secrets revealed. Here we go. I've been doing hypnosis for 33 years, and I have done many hypnosis stage shows for entertainment purposes because, one, I wanted to feel special. Most stage hypnotists that are out there making people do all these things, they want to feel special. They want to look like the star. The other reason why I did it is because I wanted to know, does that really work? Can you really, within minutes, get people to do all kinds of crazy things? And the answer is yes. And so here is how it works. It is not because of some magical spell that you're putting people into. I've been doing hypnosis for 33 years. I facilitated over 16,000 individual sessions and hundreds of group experiences. And I will tell you that there's nothing magical about it. It is a systematic approach using behavior modification and understanding how psychology works. And it's not about some magical state that some people can enter and others can't. So here's how it works. When you're going to do a stage hypnosis show with a group of people or with one individual, you are looking for people that are able to get into a state of suggestibility very quickly. Now, we all are suggestible. Hypnosis comes in all forms, right? So when you're watching television ads or you're watching movie promos or someone says to you, you got to try this restaurant, it's like a form of a hypnotic suggestion. It's causing you to want to move forward. So if somebody says this restaurant's great, you got to try it out, all of a sudden your desire to go try that out increases. If you're a foodie and they keep telling you how awesome it is, then you're going to want to go do it even more. And if they say, hey, I'm going right now and there's a reservation, then you're going to take immediate action. Well, the hypnotist is looking for people who are wanting to take immediate action. And so we have a variety of tools and tricks that we can use to gauge your level of suggestibility. Are you creative? Are you open? Are you outgoing? Or maybe we'll do some suggestibility tests to see how fast and how quickly people are able to respond. So for example, I want you to take your hands together like this. Separate your fingertips. Okay, put about an inch. Stare right at your fingertips. Stare right at your fingertips. Now imagine that your fingertips start to move closer and closer together. The closer they go, the more they want to touch. Just imagine those fingers going closer, 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 touching, 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 until they come all the way together and they touch. That's right, good. Now, a couple of things just happened. You either watched your fingers come right together and you're like, holy cow, what just happened there? Or your fingers didn't move at all because you're like, you're not making me do anything. And then there's some people that are fighting it. They get close and then they pull apart. They get close and then they pull apart. These are all forms of suggestion. If your fingers didn't move at all, you can still be hypnotized. It has nothing to do with the process. But we're looking for people who those fingers go right together right away because they are just naturally suggestible. They are willing to go for it without you having to prompt them. So then what we're doing is we're getting them very relaxed very quickly. And have you ever had a really vivid dream and then you wake up in the morning and then it's really vivid and about 5 minutes later you can't remember what that dream was? Hey, Tim here. Sorry to interrupt your video. I just wanted to give you a free gift. So a lot of times people are like, Tim, can you give me some tools, some strategies? How can you help me solve my problems right here, right now? And can you do it for free? And I'm like, yes. I put all these training programs that I've been building and creating over the last 20 years into one place. It's called Tim's Secret Training Vault, and you can literally access it right now for free. It has all the different programs that will help you with your confidence. It'll help you with building wealth. It'll help you grow your business. It'll help you stay motivated and focused. It'll give you all kinds of tools and strategies for using the power of your mind to create your life by design, and you can access it right now for free. Just click the link below and check it out. All right, now let's get back to the video. For whatever reason, it just is gone. And the harder you try to remember it, the more it disappears, right? It's like trying to remember somebody's name, and the harder you try, the more it just isn't there. And then, like 20 minutes later when you're doing something else, the person's name pops right into mind. Okay, when you get relaxed, it comes back. So we understand this. So if you're going to hypnotize someone and you want them to forget their name, then the first thing you do is you make sure that they're suggestible. Once you know that they are, then you're going to do some rapid induction, which is just a simple technique that helps people to get relaxed really fast. And so we learned that if you startle them, if you do something that makes people go, oh, that in that moment of startled, they are open to suggestion, right? So if someone screams fire, everybody goes, oh, and starts running. Okay, especially if they see everybody else running, then they just start doing it too. And so what we can do is we can go sleep, or we can pull their arm, or we can shake them, or we can tip their head forward. There's lots of things that we can do to create a startle effect. That causes someone who's suggestible to go, and then what we're saying is sleep, because everybody knows what that means. Sleep means this, right? It means close your eyes and get really relaxed really fast. So if you startle someone and then you give them a command, sleep, they go like this. Plus, everybody that's heard of hypnosis knows that that's what you do. So now it's expected. We know what to do. And so we just do it because we've been programmed to do so. So you get them relaxed, you get them in that suggestible state of mind, and then you do little tests to see if they're responding, right? So you might give them a little suggestion to see if they're responding. And if they respond to that, right, then, so if you're like, take a deep breath in, and then you see them take a deep breath in, relax even more. You might find yourself swaying back and forth, and all of a sudden they start going like this. They're like little micro tests. They're letting you know that, hey, they're actually in that trance. So then you can step it up and give them another suggestion, like, in a moment, I'm going to tap your forehead and you're not going to be able to remember your name just for a few moments. But the harder you try, the more you won't be able to. And you just give them that suggestion. Now, you're giving them the suggestion, but when you're doing that, remember, there's also an audience. So there's a couple other psychological factors going on. One, they get to be the star. So if this actually works, everybody claps and laughs, and it's like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. And we love to be the star. We also often are people pleasers, right? So we don't want to make the hypnotist look bad. We don't want to be the one that's the buzzkill. And so sometimes people will go along and do the suggestion, even when they know their name, but they won't say it anyway because they don't want to bring it down. Or these days, people have a camera on them and they don't want to be the one that messes it all up. And so they'll just go along with it. We've all done that before, where you just kind of went along with the crowd. So there's several other factors going on. And then, afterwards, people might not remember what they did. Well, that goes back to the dream. Remember when you wake up and you can't remember that dream? It's just like gone for whatever reason. Sometimes our short-term memory just gets clouded when we're really relaxed, when we're really kind of in our own mind, feeling a deep sense of peace. We don't quite recall everything that we're doing, especially with stage hypnosis. You're bringing people in and out of the hypnosis frequently. So you'll say sleep, and then you have them open their eyes, and then sleep, and then open their eyes, and then sleep, and then open their eyes. So now you're conditioning them. And when you're imagining going in and out of sleep, even though hypnosis is not sleep, it's just a good analogy. When you are having someone go in and out, it kind of scrambles your short-term memory. You just don't recall the things that you might have said or what was going on, because, you're in this state of quieting down and coming back up, and quieting down and coming back up. So we know that we're taking people through this process, but everybody watching, it just looks like you're going sleep. You don't remember your name. Now they don't remember their name. Now you have them remember their name. Now they remember their name. And afterwards, they don't remember any of it, right? But there's a lot going on underneath this. And skilled hypnotists are really good at reading people, doing micro tests, figuring out who's going to be the most suggestible, and then giving them simple suggestions that they build up in complexity. Or you find someone who's really suggestible, who that person probably would have just done it anyway if you would have asked them. Like you'll see a lot of stage shows are with young people that are teenagers or that are in their early 20s. They're so crazy, they're going to do anything anyway, right? They don't have all those inhibitions that have been built up that you'll see in older people. Although you'll have people come up on stage that are in their 50s and 60s. I remember a woman one time that came up on one of my shows, and I saw her head was, I was doing the induction on stage, but I looked out in the audience and I saw her laying her head on the table, because sometimes people in the audience will get so relaxed they go into the hypnosis right there in the audience. So I asked if she would come up. She nodded her head. I brought her up on stage. I told her she was Ozzy Osbourne, which she might not have known who that singer was at the time, but he had a famous television show with him and his wife. And so they had Sharon, who was his name, Sharon Osbourne. So Ozzy and Sharon had this popular TV show, and I think they're still on there with their son Jack these days. And but so people knew who he was, right? So I brought her up on stage. She was already in a relaxed, suggestible state. I told her she was Ozzy Osbourne. I turned on Crazy Train music, and she started shuffling around the stage going, ah, la, 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 right? She wasn't cussing or anything like Ozzy does, but she was, just doing the fingers and shuffling around, and everybody lost their mind. They loved it. It was so funny. Okay. And then afterwards, I was talking to her, and it was funny because she said that she had social anxiety and she would have never been able to get on the stage. So I'm telling you this because a lot of times the fear that we have is what's holding us back. And if you can get rid of those fears and not worry about the judgment of others, you're no longer concerned about if you're going to look silly, and you just get rid of that, then you can just shine. You can just be who you are. You can just have fun. You're not holding yourself back anymore. And that's the real power of hypnosis, not the stage shows and the demonstrations. The real power of your mind is being able to upgrade your beliefs so that you can live your best life right here, right now. That's what it's all about. So I just want you to know that whether you're very suggestible or you're not really suggestible at all, it doesn't really matter, because this is more about neuroscience. It's about understanding human behavior more than it is some magical trance that some people can get into and others can't. So this is just a real quick, simple overview of stage hypnosis so that you understand that it's not a magical trance that you might or might not be able to use to make your life better, but it's really understanding how your mind works and how we can use the power of your brain to help you live your best life now. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Leave your comments below. So if you have any questions, I'll make another video answering your questions.